Hey everyone, it's Evangeline here at eTrailer, and today we have the Konig XG-12 Pro snow tire chains. We're going to take a look at how it fits, and I'll show you how to install them here on our 2023 Toyota RAV4. The very first thing you need to know about these chains is these are going to be premium tire chains that are easy to install and very low profile. So if you are concerned about the clearance behind your wheel, but you still want that traction and you want that versatility for different types of weather, this is gonna be a great tire chain for you. It's gonna be one of my favorites. Now, please make sure you get the correct tire chain size for the correct tire size. So the tire size we have here is 225/60R18. You can find that printed on your sidewall. That number is important because that will help you get the best fit. Here at eTrailer, we do have a fit guide where you put your year, make, and model at the top of the page, select tire chains, and then select the tire size that matches you, which will offer you options just like this. Now, we'll talk about the features and how it gives you that traction, but first, we're going to install these tire chains so I can show you exactly how fast and how easy they are to install, and you don't need to drive over them and you don't need to crawl underneath your vehicle. So first, make sure it's all lined up and it all looks good. I like to comb out the chains to make sure that they're following one line here and they're not twisted into each other. So this all looks good, and I like to double check that it's facing the right way. So to check that, look for this hook by the blue hoop. If it's on the flat side, that flat side is what's facing your tire, in our case facing up, and then the hook side is facing the ground or away from your tire. You don't want any hooks on your tire, so making sure that it is oriented properly helps out with that. Now, this splits in half, so we're gonna separate it in half. Then I'll feed this one half around our tire. And that way I can grab it over here. And then I like to comb out the chains so that it sets properly as I lift it up. So notice here how I put my thumb underneath the chains and then I hold on to the end of our tire chain. That way, when I make the connections up top, I can put it into its connection, pull it tight, but then as I leave this behind our tire, I can keep the rest of the chains and bring them forward. So that makes for an easier way to get these on there without dropping them. We're then going to make our second connection up here. So red link goes onto the red hoop. And then we're gonna make the connection on the bottom, which is where you have this mechanism here. So you press this lever to open up that lever, and then you put that long gray chain in there, and just pull it as much as you can. You don't have to stress about that too much because this is a self-tensioning tire chain, meaning you can grab this top bungee, bring it down, and secure it to that long gray chain. And once that's secured, this bungee will adjust your tire chains as you drive around. And just like that, we have our chain installed. Do the exact same thing on the other side. Afterwards, I recommend rolling forward or backward a couple feet because then that will move your chain around and then you'll see how that self-tensioning system works. But with that in place, that's gonna be how you install that tire chain. This is installed on our front axles or our front tire. Notice too where it fits on our tire. Yes, it covers it and it creates that traction, but we do have some touch points here that hit our rims. Now, that will cause it to scratch up, but you do have some bumpers included with your tire chain that will help out with that. They're gonna be found inside this case. It's a hard shell case, which I like, because then if I have to carry tire chains with me all the time to follow local rules, this is a great way to store them. We have little bumper stops in there. We have replacement links. We have instructions. We have plastic mat and plastic gloves. I like to keep my own gloves inside this case too for emergencies. This is also a good case for an emergency kit if you want to keep that around. Now let's talk about the traction of this tire chain. It's going to be a diamond pattern chain, and notice how it covers more of your tire compared to ladder style chains. So when you need to make those turns or start driving after a stop, there will be more chains on the wheels and on the ground. This one is going to be the Pro, which has a little extra premium feature. See these little brackets here holding your chains together? This is to give you even extra traction. Because you have these really small links, you need that extra bracket there to break into the ice. The small links are squared off, so the edges break into ice, but they're attached together in a linking twisted pattern, and that is so that snow doesn't clump up on them. They are made of a manganese nickel alloy though, and that's going to be good if you want something that's more corrosion resistant. So if you're looking for affordable tire chains, they're usually made of a low carbon steel, and those tend to rust if you don't dry them off properly and store them after the winter season. So for something that you invest in to last multiple seasons, this is going to be an option for you. There's other features here, like how the front links are coated as well as color coded. So if you need to install chains and you don't happen to be wearing any gloves, or you forgot to put some gloves in your case, then you're not freezing your fingers off. You have the tensioning system here. Compared to other chains, which is assisted tensioning, this one is self-tensioning. So as you drive around, this will adjust with you, all working together to create more traction, and that way you're safer on the road no matter what the weather is. So for a premium snow tire chain that's low profile and very easy to install, this is going to be a great option for you. If you're looking for something not as premium but still easy to install, I have two options. First is a Titan Chain Diamond Alloy Snow Tire Chain. The second is going to be the Konig XG-12. Those are going to have slightly larger links, not self-tensioning, but assisted tensioning, but still a very similar design. You can check them all out here on our website if you want to compare. But right here, right now, this was a look at the Konig XG-12 Pro self-tensioning snow tire chains on our 2023 Toyota RAV4.